Hello, Mikhail. Hello. How are you today? Can you hear me?
Yes. Hello.
So, today we are going to talk about computer. It seems the topic is very obvious, but sometimes it may be really interesting just to discuss and to analyze the most evident topics. Do you agree?
Yes, we can talk about it.
So, it's obvious that computer occupies a very important role in our life. But what is the most important in it for you personally? What functions of computer are the most important? You can't imagine your life without them.
I think now it's maybe
Hello, Mikhail.
Yes. I'm sorry.
Ой, что-то пошло по кругу.
I'm sorry. Window. I think now it's using internet. The thing. All people try to use internet, and with the help of them, it's like a work or maybe some I don't know how to say it. It's like some fun or rest with the use of internet. Yes.
Yes, and most often you look for what in internet? Is it books, music, information, goods?
You mean? Could you repeat the question? I don't.
And you said that first of all you use internet. What for? First of all, most often you use it for? Looking for music, for books, for other information.
I don't know. I think it's like a usual thing to maybe some some variants of communication. It's like email and chats, some chats.
I see.
But you know, it depends on the situation. If I maybe if I work, if we talk about the working time, I use it maybe like communication, and after the work, it's like a lot of interesting things like education and maybe watching the films. Chats.
Hello, baby.
Hello.
How are you?
But you know, смотрите, закройте, пожалуйста, окно, если это в браузере. We talk about the working. I use.
I can't hear you.
The communication, and after the work, a lot of interesting education and watching the films. Arts.
Hello.
Okay. Hello, Dmitry.
Okay.
Hello.
Dmitry, we were just discussing with Mikhail what our first need in using computers. What does computer mean in your life?
Hmm. Computer, it is great devices. Today, computer mm, uh,
Yes.
like
So it's such a difficult question.
сейчас попробуем.
How often do you use computer? Do you switch it on? Every day, several times per day, every week, once a month. How often?
Every minute. I'm
Every
using computer every day. I'm a developer, software developer. Yeah. I'm use.
Repeat it, please.
I'm worked software developer.
It's like programmist.
Programmist, software developer, programmist.
Designer is more common for English.
Мгм.
Наше слово программист чаще переводится как software designer.
Мгм.
Yeah, so it's your work. I see. Hello, Alexander. How are you?
Hello, fine, thank you. How are you?
Fine, thank you. So we were just discussing the role of computer in our life. What can you tell? Does it play an important role? I think yes, because you like all modern devices and achievements.
Yes, I think it's important, but sometimes it takes a lot of time, and
Yes. So the first person that mentioned disadvantages. So what is the most important in computer for you? Good things, I mean, advantages.
for me, the most important thing in computer is getting information.
Getting information, yes. Not going out, yes, getting any information. And what do you mean when you say sometimes it takes much time?
Sometimes I use computer for getting information that I don't need
You just
exactly.
can't stop. It's too easy, yes, to get information. So you go on and on. Yes, it's a usual situation. And now I have another question. Tell me, please, what other spheres computer has revolutionized? Hello, Bandalak.
Hello.
Can you hear us?
Yes, I hear you.
Nice. So
My name is Vitaly, by the way, but I don't know why it's my surname here.
I asked special for you. It's like your name is on the avatar.
Okay.
So it's what I see on the screen. That's why, right, Vitaly. So tell me, please. We are discussing the problems that are quite obvious from the first sight. But so, what place does computer occupy in your life? What is the most important function of it for you?
First of all, it's it's a lot of modern things what you combine with with your professional. I mean, maybe someone like this one we have. We are learning English now, and we can speak a lot of people at home and speak with each other, and it's very good, I think.
Yes.
For example, a lot of people make communication with about business, and this is very good because you don't need to go to another country. You can communicate with each other, to see each other, and do some very good job.
Yes, and it's just the quickness of communication.
And
You
I
just
think
push the button and you discuss problems with the person who is on the other side of our globe.
yeah.
Yes.
And I think
You
it's a
mentioned.
I think it's very good for business, especially because you don't spend a lot of money for traveling. You just, of course, traveling is very good too because you can meet with each other and you can feel it, and it's better. But sometimes you don't need to go; just you can communicate. It's very good.
Yes. And today, some disadvantages of computer were mentioned. Do you find any disadvantages of existing computer in your life?
Yes. For example, I think social networks it's very bad in our life
Why?
because we spend a lot of our time, and I think it's the worst time because we need to try to spend our time with a lot of different things, not just sitting and writing. It's like habits, you know, but habits without any good stuff. Good. It's I think it's even unhealthy for yourself, for you, and we need to understand it. That we have problem today. It's a modern problem, and for example, I try to fix it sometimes because I see then when I don't use a lot of computer, just don't when I'm sitting on front of computer, I do nothing. For example, I spend a lot of time, and when I try to forget about it and I try to do something, I recognize that I can do a lot of really different and good jobs for me, for my family, for my friends. So
Yes.
I saw it, I recognize it, and I now I understand what I need to do.
Yes. Vitaly, do you agree with this opinion? Vitaly, can you hear me?
Totally, who
No.
is it?
Oh,
But maybe
Dmitry.
it's a question for Dmitry.
Dmitry,
Yes.
it's
Mhm.
Vitaly is.
Mhm.
Dmitry, can you hear me? No. Alexander, do you agree with this opinion
With which opinion? Sorry.
that Vitaly just told us now
Uh,
about social nets, about possibilities to do something instead of communicating in them?
I didn't
You missed
understand.
it, yes? Sorry. Mikhail, what is your opinion?
I agree with Vitaly, because uh, it's like a simple thing. If you check your social network all the time, you spend a lot of time, and it's not a very productive time. And I know for me it's like a rule. Um I I can see maybe social networks in my account once a day. It's like uh, maybe I spend for it half an hour. Yes, and if you check it all day, you spend maybe 3 hours a day. It's like for me, it's like a simple thing to do, which I can do to spend with um, not much time. Mhm.
So you see, I think that we now, you just came to it, Mikhail, that now we are in the situation that was foreseen by a French writer, Saint-Exupéry. He has a wonderful fairy tale for adults, not for children, but for, or not only for children. It's
Uh-huh.
just a kind of philosophical tale. And there, a very practical person says to a small prince, you go for water to the river every day. And if you could just do it quickly, you could economize every day 15 minutes. And then for a week you'll have several hours. What would you do with these several hours? And the small prince thought and said, I would go to the river and spend my time there. So we try to economize our time, but at the end of the day, we lose it. And now we just spoke with you about computer proper. But don't forget that computers are all around us. I mean, modern cars, they have computers. Modern camcorder, modern cameras.
And car driver, you know, is for Alexander is a dangerous thing. Maybe it's like danger. Alexander, do you know the cars without the driver? Do you see this video?
I heard about it. Yes.
I saw it. It's very funny.
Oh, tell me, please. I don't know. What does it mean? Cars without drivers?
Yeah, without drivers, it's combined. It's joined with maps, with Sputnik, yes, and the driver without they go without driver, but it's very slowly. It's only 20 kilometers an hour, and because you need to this car need to be attention, yes, and. But in the future, people who do it, who make it, makers promise us that it will be faster, and maybe it will be something very good, unbelievable, or I don't know. But I think it's not very good. We need to do something in our life, you know. When computers and robots will be doing it without
Without the people.
Like without people, I mean, yes, without people, without any thinking, because our brain, it's not like computers never will have this brain like people have. Human is a very intelligent person, and I think it's a main position, and we need to make something just for help, but not just doing without us. I think it's my opinion.
Yes, absolutely. Otherwise, we just became the extinction of computer mouse and nothing more. Yes, but it's very difficult to predict what computers will be able to do and what not. As for me, I was sure the computer will never learn play chess. And now it's a fact. They can do it better than any Grossmeister. And now I hope, I don't say sure anymore, but I hope that it can translate properly. What do you think about it? Alexander?
I didn't understand the question, sorry.
Maybe Dmitry understand it, no? Dmitry?
Yeah.
No.
No? You don't understand, Dmitry?
No.
Wow.
What do you mean, no?
Maybe Tatiana repeat it for Dmitry. It's like a very simple question.
Question was, so it's very difficult to predict, предсказать, what computers will be able to do and what not. I personally was sure that computers will never be able to play chess. To play chess, играть в шахматы. But now they can do it better than any Grossmeister. Now I hope, I don't say I'm sure anymore, but I hope that computers never will be able to translate properly literature. I don't mean technical texts, but literature. Do you agree with me or not, Alexander?
I don't know. I haven't think about it. Maybe you are right, but
Another thing that I'm sure computers will never be able to do.
I speak about translate of literature. I don't know.
Yes, yes.
But I
So
think computer.
Right. What is your opinion?
I think computer will able to. Computer will have a big future, and maybe it will get new skills.
Sure.
Yes, but I don't know about literature. It's difficult, I think.
And how about usual speech? It's like a dialogue with the people. Can it translate?
It can translate, but not properly, maybe. But then maybe in future.
I see. Yesterday I see some articles about this. It's like a translation via the Skype. You know.
Yes.
If two people speak on two languages, two different languages, the program when you speak, yes, the program automatically translate your speech. It's like subtitles. Your partner hears your voice in your native language, but they can see the translation below the link. It's like subtitles to the film. You know.
I think if, for example, Pushkin will speak with Lermontov by Skype, I think a computer will be fire in fire.
You know, it's like not about the literature, special language. It's very hard with maybe on special topics. Yes, it's like a usual dialogue which can translate it. It's to help people understand each other. It's like if I say something and you can see this translation, maybe you know this language from the basic level. Yes, language department. But when you see this translation, it helps you to understand.
Yes. Vitaly, what is your opinion about it?
You know, my opinion is different because I think I hope that it's never happened with a computer that you told because, for example, I think who makes the computer? The makers of computer is people. Yes, so when we give them this matter, like to be a poem or I don't know, it's to be a singer or something, that could be. But it goes from the human, from the people. It's our brain again. So I think it can happen. And I don't agree with you just that play chess can play against the good players, because it's again it's the makers of play chess is a human, and when you will play with this computer again and again and again, you will see that this what is doing computer is the same every time. You know, it's you, and once you can win against the computer. So I think it can't be in the future.
But unfortunately, Vitaly, it's a fact. I didn't prevent it. I like playing chess myself. That's why I just checked it many times. You see, the problem is that computer has thousands of possible versions and
Yes,
checks it in seconds. And human being can't do it.
of course,
But as for language,
but in
yes,
the
please.
1001st times you will see that it's again and you will win. So I think it's the same. I think we
Right.
are smarter. We're smarter, and I think computer now will be smarter than we are.
Yes, and I'm sure, as for it, just in translation of literature. Yes, Mikhail, what you said about translation of information, it's wonderful and it's a very useful thing. But it is well known from the first translators, translating programs, that the most difficult thing for a computer is idiomatic expressions and proverbs. Now I'm going to give you a couple of examples to illustrate what I mean. There is an English proverb, out of sight, out of mind. You know it? What does it mean? Out of sight, out of mind. Tell me the meaning or find the equivalent in Russian.
Другое мнение, yes?
Out of sight, what does it mean?
Ну, что-то типа в стороне, не знаю.
Oh, I lost just the screen. I see nothing. Right, let it be. So, sight, это вид, да? Out of sight, out of mind. Это эквивалент пословицы «из глаз долой и сердца вон». Только в эмоциональных славянских языках это из сердца, в более холодном английском это out of sight, out of mind. И как же перевел компьютер? Как невидимый идиот. And he has just some out of sight, it's something you can't see, and out of mind, так что из глаз долой и сердца вон превратилась в невидимого идиота. And another interesting example, this expression from the Bible. Плоть слаба, но дух силен. In English it sounds, the flesh is weak, but the spirit is strong. На что компьютер отреагировал следующим образом. Мясо тощее, водка крепкая. And one of the last things connected with polite correctness. Yesterday, our cat gave birth to 3 kittens, white, red, and black. На что очень политкорректный компьютер ответил. Вчера наша кошка родила 3 котят. Белого, красного и афроамериканца. And why do you think that computer will never be able to translate human speech? Mikhail? Or you don't agree with it?
I think like the opposite meaning with Vitaly. I think it will our future, because now it's like very interesting algorithms which helps. It's like based on the not word by word translation, and they use the couple of words or phrases, and when it's translated, they understand the meaning of the words, and this algorithm will be maybe in the future will be work better, and it depends on time, on the time when it's. I think it's like 5-10 years.
Can you object something, Vitaly?
I agree with you that it's very interesting and that IT technology is go further, but I mean that it's not interesting for you. Why are you learning English now, for example? When you're learning English, it's interesting for you to show your knowledge when you are abroad, you know, when you speak, and you know that it's because you learned it before. When you use this transcription, this translate, it's not. I think it's not interesting, and it makes ourselves not very smarter, and we can't use our brain like we can use it at all. So it's just my mind. I'm not just.
Yes,
just
Vitaly, it's a different level of communication. If you talk with a person, how to say it, like with maybe how to say it, просто разговаривать самостоятельно.
Simply talking.
Как?
Simply talking by yourself.
Simply talking by yourself, it's the different level. It's the best, better than use some devices, maybe mobile phone. And now you know I have an application, and I can if I need to translate some maybe text from the I don't know from the different places on the street when I was abroad. When I am abroad, I just put it on the screen of smartphone and have a translation. Like you know, you just move your phone and you have translation in 1 second. But it's not very good when you talk with the people. It's like different level of communication.
But don't you think, Mikhail, that we are talking now about two different things, about information and about literature? Literature, it's not, the main thing in literature is not information. If we judge literature as information, we can say that Crime and Punishment by Dostoevsky is a detective story, but it's not detective story, it's something else. So, of course, information is possible, but when we are talking about literature, it's not only intellect that takes part in it. And computer is a wonderful, the most powerful, but only intellect. And you need to switch on your soul when you're doing something in arts. Have you ever heard music played by computer? I mean just performed by computer, not recorded, by performed. Vitaly.
No, of course not. I never heard, but I hope I will never heard about it.
Oh, why? How do you imagine it that you hope not to hear it?
Oh, maybe music it's very good, but when it's music combined with a computer, some computer imagined singer, I think it's not very good. It's confusing. It's confusing in my mind. I don't imagine how it will I don't know.
Mikhail, what is your opinion? Have you ever heard, and would you like to hear, and how do you imagine it?
You know, Tatiana, it depends on the situation. If we talk about the music, maybe it's like classical music, like a genre, yes, genre. Of course, we have some people which like a genius, which I don't know, which hear these sounds and just write it and something like that. And computer cannot do this, but computer can make maybe interesting music based on this composition, because computer
You mean
can
arrange?
analyze it and make a close scene, close music with this records.
No, you mean more arranging than performing.
Why Dmitry isn't talking with us? I think it's
Maybe he's maker, so I can't address him because his microphone is switched off.
But I see Dmitry is turn it on and turn it off.
Dmitry, would you like to take part in our discussion, or you are happy just listening to it?
Я все понимаю, но мне трудно говорить.
But
Just
try,
try, just try, because you if you will not don't try, so you will never speak. Just try and forget about nothing. Just try. Speak a lot.
Simple sentences, but tell us your opinion.
Ну, computer in future computer I think can translate literature, generate text, чтобы были стихами, в общем, генерировать стихи и...
Как еще раз?
Я думаю, что... Ну, я по-русски скажу, я думаю, что в будущем компьютеры смогут соединять стихи сами и смогут, в принципе, все что угодно делать.
So you hope that the future computers can do anything, can replace people completely, yes?
Yes.
And what then in such situation, what will people do if computers do everything? Dmitry.
All time we have a rest, like lie on the sofa.
Yes, happiness for the lazy. But be careful. Do you remember, Mikhail, Russian folk tale about двое из ларца? You remember, there is a very lazy person, and somebody gives him a box, ларец, and tells, so you just say something, and two guys jump out of this box and do everything instead of you. And he was extremely happy because these двое из ларца did absolutely everything. And once he wanted to eat a nice pie, and he asked them, please bake a pie for me. And they baked wonderful pies. And then one stood behind him and one in front of him and started to throw these pies and another one at them. And he said, but stop, I want to eat. But I told you, we'll do everything instead of you. Alexandra, would you like to take part in our discussion? Your microphone is switched off, Alexander.
Yes. Could you repeat the question, please?
It would be rather a long question. I just mean it's not a question, but your opinion at everything we have been talking about. You missed it. Right. If you are interested, I can tell you my impressions about this music played by computer. It was Bach. I was very interested because, you see, very often the problems are with rhythm and with right notes. But when I listened to this music, I was simply horrified. I had an impression that it's a madman that plays music, or a person with a horrible, unknown illness of mind. Everything was correct. Every note was absolutely correct. Rhythm was ideal, but there was no sense at all. You couldn't hear music, you could hear notes. One note, another note, quarter, crotchet, and so on. But there was no music. Right, and tell me please, what are the fields you consider positive where they use computer and they changed completely? I mean, we spoke about cars, and as for me, it's photography. Do you think it has only positive sides or negative as well? So now we can just push one button and to have wonderful photo. Can you imagine what efforts it was necessary to make before to make photos? Is it changed to the better, or there are also some disadvantages? Alexander, could you hear my last question?
I heard, but I didn't understand. I don't know why. There are so big echo.
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 Mm-hmm. Sorry about it. Mikhail.
I don't follow. I'm sorry. I hear only about the music was very. It's like very clear. Yes, it's like not interesting.
Yes, right. Vitaly.
About photo, I could tell that it's a big progress. You know, nowadays to take a photo is great, and the big reason of it, in my opinion, that that you don't need to buy a film before, and you have just you had before just 36 or 24 cadres. I mean films, yes, and yes, and this is a problem because it was a problem. Now it's a better because you can take a lot of photo and you can choose the better of them, and this is real progress. But every progress has not very good in at all, because it's very good. It's a digital one. It's a good, but when I combine and try to find difference between films photos and digital photos, I see that before photo was better. It's more original than digital. You can do a digital photo in Photoshop or Lightroom better, but when this photo in film before uses, we didn't do it at Photoshop and other things. But and nowadays it's a good, yes, of course, it's a big progress, I said before, but I think the quality was better before.
Yes, and do you know that some connoisseurs, знатоки, connoisseurs of music, can't listen to digital music. They find it much more primitive than recorded on plates. Right, but still, we like it or not, we must admit that computer is something like a miracle in modern world. And just finishing this subject with photo, for example, it enables, maybe some photos became worse, but it enables us to see the things that we could never see before. I mean now one of the films by BBC about birds who just fly into warm countries. Can you imagine that camera, very small camera, was established on one of the geese? Geese. Geese. Одном из гусей was established on one of the geese, and it could film gaze just from such a close distance that you could see their eyes, how they turned their heads, how they moved their wings. It was really very impressive.
Yeah, I saw this video. It's great. I saw this video.
Yes,
It was very great. Yes.
did you like it?
Yes, of course. It's very something new for me. It's very good.
Yes, it takes your breath away. But so if it's a miracle, can you tell me now, were there in the history of humanity another inventions that were as important as computers? In any field, in science, in, I don't know. So any inventions that you can compare by its importance with the invention of computers? Alexander?
I can't remember so fast.
Think, please. Mikhail, can you?
Maybe Dmitry help me.
Dmitry doesn't speak with us. He just switched off his mic
Oh, no.
and smiles charmingly.
Tatiana, you need to see on the microphone. It's like just a button. You close to don't disturb the other people. The maybe background sound. It's like don't see on this button. Okay.
You mean look? Yes, don't look. Yes, but you see, I addressed several times and had no answer. So that's why I stopped.
We can wait. Dmitry, you turn it
So
on.
let's insist on your opinion, please.
Repeat questions, please. Repeat question, please.
Right, just in the moment. Thank you. Vitaly, what is your opinion?
But Tatiana, you know, we have some problem with the sound maybe. Can you repeat the question for Dmitry, special for Dmitry?
So my question was, we must admit, whether we like it or not, whether we consider it a very good thing or a very bad thing, that computers are really a miracle of our world. Now, can you tell me, in the whole history of humanity, were there any inventions as important as computers? And what were they? Or there is none?
I understand the question.
So please answer.
Maybe you mean wheels?
Yes, of course. Will is one of the most important things. Yes, of course, will. What else?
Okay.
And wings. For wings.
What do you mean?
For planes, for aerospace ships.
Yes. Yes, maybe just a big speed, but still wheels, it seems to me, much more important than, because it just augmented speed in dozens of times, and planes a little bit less, but of course it's very important. What else? Dmitry? And what do you think about invention of paper, for example? Do you consider it to be important or not, Dmitry?
Дмитрий, давайте так, чтобы не сильно долго думать. Если вы что-то не поняли на английском, то тогда говорите, чтобы сильно не зависать там. И мы можем перевести, помочь просто, чтобы было понятнее. Или...
Да, мне кажется, уже много английского, я что-то с первого раза получил.
Окей, что вы думаете по поводу изобретения бумаги?
изобретение ума.
It's an important thing with it's like invention, изобретение. Important invention. Or not important.
Alexander, what is your opinion?
My opinion, maybe when it was important invention, but when the computer was invented, the paper finished to be more important invention.
I quite agree with you, but I mean for that time. And where and when, by the way, the paper was invented?
When it was invented, of course, it was important.
And where and when, approximately, was it invented?
I don't know.
In ancient Egypt.
Egypt?
Egypt, yes, ancient Egypt, before Christ. Yes. Vitali, what do you think?
About what? About paper?
Important invention. Yes, about paper, and maybe you can suggest another very important invention.
Just didn't understand about paper, why we speak about paper, because it's not combined with computer. It was before away in the past. It was in Egypt, you're right, and it's not combined with computer, I think. And about computer, I think a lot.
Combined with computer? No, we're just talking about very important.
Okay. Okay, sorry.
Computers.
I understand.
And with computers as well.
Yeah. Now it's combined because we have printer, yes, and it's for example, it's an invention too. But by the way, I can tell you that very good invention. It's for example, for me, it's a bicycle. You know, I like it, and it's a good way to get to the work in time without any car, and it's a free without gas and oil, yes, and it's a very good invention, and a lot of invention. When we see any hobbies, for example, when you I like sports. In sports, I see a lot of invention. For example, who's just people like I don't know. Climbing or something, there are a lot of invention because we go every time in the future, and that in the future it's now, you know. 10 years ago it was in the future, now we live here in the future, and we have this with this one.
Yes, of course. And I still think about one invention that I consider to be the most important for our times. Tell me please, only one thing. If it doesn't exist, our civilization collapses. The next day, what is it? Mikhail.
Could you repeat? I don't understand. Which?
I just think about one of the very important inventions that is the most important thing for today. What is it? If it disappears, our civilization collapses. Tomorrow.
Which will be, yes.
Sorry?
You mean the thing which will be invented, no?
No. I mean that it was invented. But if it disappears today, the whole civilization collapses immediately.
We don't use it now.
I understand.
You use it now. Just all of us use it now.
It's hard to say.
Alexander.
Maybe electricity.
Exactly. You've spotted it. Electricity. Try to imagine our civilization without electricity. We can't use computers. We can't use cameras and to light our houses and so on. So you just
Central.
take off the switch from the wall and everything collapses. But let's hope that it doesn't happen. So, Dmitry, maybe you wanted to tell us something just at the end of our discussion? Slowly and just tell us something.
Dmitry, don't
No,
tell us
no.
about your work. What do you program in? Maybe some interesting sites or some maybe interesting program. I think it's simple for you to say how fast.
Я не понял вопрос.
Расскажите, что вы там программируете? Что-то интересное? Сайты или программы?
I'm develop program for business program calculate like I'm develop new devices for child for развитие детей.
Like mobile application, no?
Yes, application and devices for child from 3 year to 7 year.
It's interesting.
Yes, very interesting. You must be a psychologist of children.
Так, не понял.
Right. Thank you.
Right.
So, I hope that in the future we all use computers, but will never become computer addicted. Thank you for your attention. Goodbye.
Thank you.
Thank you. Goodbye.
Thanks.